Welcome to Knoydart, which is considered to be one of the last remaining true wildernesses in the UK. Josh is here with me and we've just come for a little expedition. It's been a long time since we've both properly been out. I was out for my Met and Leader assessment several weeks ago and that was the first time since I was injured. So we just thought it would be a perfect opportunity to come out and check out a new area. So far we have seen 0 humans and we're hoping it stays that way. We've prepared for probably around 3 nights of camping, but we have some vague plans. However, as with plans and hiking, they don't always go to plan. So we have some backups and some ideas. Basically, we just want to have a little adventure, camp, be on our own, take in some of the scenery, just explore this really cool area and do a little bit of an expedition and spend some time together, right?
Exactly.
We just got the ferry from Mallaig to Inverie and we have started walking in. We're currently on a track, but this is going to end very soon. And then from there, it's all going to be us and our navigation, which is quite exciting. I think our plan today is we're going to head up Bine, I believe. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong there. And walk along that ridge and basically see how far we get for day 1 and then set up camp up high. The weather forecast for this week is looking very, very favourable, which is really good. I think there'll be some cloud inversions. It should be fairly sunny and I just feel like we're completely locked out for October. So fingers crossed I haven't jinxed it for day 1. But first stop, we're heading up here. Let's go. So we made it up to a nice little grassy plateau. Let me tell you, it felt like a little bit of a slog, but I think that's just because we are both so unconditioned at the moment. We just stopped and had a little bit of lunch and now we're going to go and finish off the rest of the descent. We've got about 400 metres left to go. We've seen 2 white-tailed eagles, and we saw dolphins obviously, and a frog. So it's all been very exciting, but the eagles were very impressive. We saw a pair of them down in the valley, in the glen, and it was really, really beautiful. Not sure how much longer this blue sky is going to last for, because we're going to be heading up into the clouds soon. Well, it's turned out that the view above the cloud line is pretty spectacular right now. We've just got the most insane cloud inversion. It's so beautiful. We're just about 100 metres distance from the top and I will show you what you can see on the other side, but oh my gosh, are we 2 lucky people today. Well, this is us at the top of Bine. You can see over in the distance Ben Nevis. I can't quite see where I'm pointing, but it's over here somewhere. And some of the other Munros in the Nevis range. The point in which we think we were going to camp is now in the clouds. It's in between that peak and the end of this ridge here. So not quite sure what it'll be like when we get there, but hopefully it will be not too cold. That's my main thing, but I think that's wishful thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Also, Josh and I had a couple of bets when we were walking up about how many people we would see while we're out in the next few days, and I said maximum 5. I wasn't sure. And what did you think?
I said 3.
Maximum thing, and we've just seen 3 people at the top of Bine. So that is our 3. We will see how many more we'll see.
I've lost for the week.
We've already lost, yeah. So they were really lovely though. It was nice to chat to everyone. It feels very like companionship when you're up here, doesn't it? Because there's not very many people around, there really isn't. So it's kind of cool to see where people have come from and what their plans are, and everyone's kind of just exploring the environment, which is pretty cool, and everyone else is camping, which is also sick. So we have had a wee dram of whiskey and we are ready to go again. So we're going to go on and see what we find. So we have made a little change to our plans and we actually ended up staying on Bine for the night. So we set up our tent. We then had to go along the ridge and drop down about 150 metres to go and get some water, just because we didn't have quite enough drinking water for dinner and for everything else that we need, and an algae and hot water bottle obviously. And then we've come back up and the cloud inversion is still kicking around. It's in and out, but the sun has literally just set and the sky is turning a beautiful orange and pink. We woke up to a really beautiful, surprise, surprise, cloud inversion, which is still knocking around, but we have much clearer views today. Here's our little tent setup. Over here, see down towards Barrisdale Bay, and then over here in the very far distance, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it, but over here in the skyline there is the Coolan Ridge. It's looking pretty beautiful. Down here on the other side of this mountain here is Inverie, which is where we started. I think the plan today is to go take off the other two Munros, which are on this part of the peninsula. We're just about to take the tent down and rock and roll. We've had our porridge for the morning and breaking camp, so looking forward to seeing what we see today. We also saw some deer just down on the slopes this morning. There were stags making so much noise all night, but we haven't seen them. We've just seen the deer, the does. Yeah, it's another beautiful day. How lucky. So we have just stopped to have some lunch on day 2. The next place we're going is up here. I think you can actually quite see it. Up there. That is called Bine. Then, again, you'll have to correct my pronunciation. 936 metres, I believe, something like that. So we've stopped to have our lunch in this spot, and the sun is so nice, isn't it? Yeah. Lunch was also pretty good. Had wraps with chicken tikka and some hummus, and then a granola bar, and what did you
coffee left over from this morning.
Still coffee from this morning.
Absolute gift to our future self.
It's like the perfect temperature now. So we're all fueled up, ready to do this. The approach to this, you have to do a massive drop down. I'll show you in a second where we've come from. A massive drop down, and it's one of those things. It's always really disheartening when you have to drop down something to then walk up something that you can see. However, we've gotten a bit closer and seen the actual path that goes up this mountain, and it doesn't quite look as bad as it did when we were approaching it from a bit further away. So I don't think it'll be too horrendous. We also bumped into another person. He was off going up for a wild camp, and then on the way down here we bumped into one of the people that we bumped into last night.
And we bumped into a lady doing a circular.
And we bumped into a lake, so we've actually bumped into 2 other people. So that brings our total. We're not counting the same people. So if we see the same people again, we're not counting them. So that brings us up to 4 people now. Oh no, that's 5.
That's 5.
That brings us up to 5 people now. So we can't see any more, otherwise both of us have lost. So anyway, that is the update. It's just so glorious. The stags are still making an absolute racket. We saw some more stags and does. I think that's all we've seen today, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, we're just enjoying this spectacular October weather. And
I really don't want to move on.
I know, we're so comfortable. It's one of those things you have to get your big backpack on again and head off. But I'll show you where we've come from. You can't quite see where we camped last night. It's a little tiny bit hidden. Essentially, we started down here, and this is the way back down to Inverie. And then we came up, and we've just done this whole ridge, and then this is where we've come down today, and then this is where we're heading, and then hopefully over, and we will camp somewhere over there. Look at that sun, stunning. Just found this dreamy little stream and waterfall, which looks like a perfect place to fill our Nalgene's up. I can get up there. So this is the summit of where we are headed. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but over here is 2 stags. Let's see if I can zoom in. That's as much as I can zoom. They're very interested in what we're doing. But we're going to head up. We've basically been picking ourselves a route up the mountain. You can't quite see where we came from, but it was down there. And this is basically what the mountain looks like. just in case you were interested. So there isn't a specific route really. There was a bit more of a path back there, but it's just kind of like a free-for-all. It's very untravelled, you can tell. People don't come here very often. So I think we're going to head up and over here and then up that little gully and then to the summit. Okay, vital gummy worm break at the top of this Munro. Just before we start heading down this ridge here, just to head back up to the next Munro, which you can't see because it's in the clouds. The ascent on the last bit of that wasn't great, was it?
No.
We didn't love it. It was quite boggy and it was
rocky and boggy in equal measure.
No path. It was steep and we'd got wet feet and it just felt like a right slog.
It's had a great old time, really.
We did, truly did. But we made it. We saw 3 more people at the top. There was 3 women at the summit, so that brings our total now to 8. So well and truly beyond what we were expecting.
I got it way wrong.
Yeah, you really did. But anyway, I'm not going to wait and talk too much because we want to make some good headway to hopefully our next camp spot. So we will catch up with you guys in a bit. But first, a wee dram. Jura Caribbean rum casked.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Alright, we have arrived at the end of day 2. We have set up our camp and it was chilly setting up, wasn't it?
You're going to watch me get food in my beard, so just FYI to anyone who doesn't like that.
We've made dinner. Mine's currently up my top, keeping me warm. That is the best way to let it cook. But I've got posh baked beans, which is what I had last night. It's so, so good. And Josh has got posh pork and baked beans. And we've also added some couscous into these as well. So we're going to eat these. We've set up a little thing here for the phone so we can watch something a little bit later. And we've got a little wee dram of whiskey and some dark chocolate to eat as well.
Yeah, we do.
So good. So it's been a successful day. We had another amazing cloud inversion while we were setting up camp, and sunset was beautiful again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep warm, eat our dinner and get to sleep. Ready for day 3. Good morning from a rather different looking Knoydart. We definitely are making this our last day in terms of heading down now, aren't we?
Yeah.
We know there's a pub which will have a roaring fire hopefully, and it's got our name on it. So we spent the night here, obviously, lovely little plateau. The peak of the mountain is just here, and so we're going to head down the tongue and all the way back down into the glen and walk our way back to Inverie. We both had an alright night, it was fine. Just watched a little bit of TV on the phone, had our dinner, had some kip. We had a little bit of a lie-in this morning. It's probably about 9:30 now, but we don't have a huge distance to cover today, so we don't have anything to stress about in terms of timing. So yeah, we're going to head on down and we'll see if this cloud lifts at all. Who knows? Okay, we are now down by the river, and that was quite literally the worst descent I've ever had to do. We ended up just like contouring back and forth along the mountain after the path stopped, and it was just ferns, bogs, rush, waist deep at times. I was literally waist deep, and you didn't know where you were putting your feet for like a good couple of 100 metres. We just made it down to the river. We took our clothes off. We were going to go for a little swim, but it's quite fast flowing here, so we just washed off our hair. And now we're going to try and cross the river, and about 200 metres that way is an actual road, and that is our route out to Inverie. And we're not too far, so we're going to just walk straight across the river. We may as well because our clothes are soaking wet anyway. And go and find the pub for a much needed drink. I'm glad that's behind me. We've still got like 200 metres of bog to get through, but I mean, what do you expect in Knoydart? It's going to be bog. Scotland is bog, so embrace it, I suppose. And that is us done. We've just had a whiskey and a pint and some coke in the old forge, and we're just going to go and catch our ferry. We just booked our tickets. Ferry's at 3, so it leaves in about 15 minutes, and we'll get back to the van, get these disgusting clothes off because we
Hulk.
stink of bog, literally. So can't wait to get changed into some comfortable track pants and Crocs and head home.
Just never sounded so good.
Yeah, we book ourselves a hotel on the halfway home because it's about a 9 hour drive from where we are home. So we're going to do that, have a little stopover, get a coffee on the way,
Yeah.
and listen to some tunes. But yeah, looking forward to the heated seats and the comfy clothes.